So I want to do a brief introduction to view templates, sort of scrape the surface of how they work, and talk about how you can control the graphics within a view using view templates. So right now we have this linked file, SAT file from Rhino in here, and it has some section cuts on it. It also, if we go to the 3D view, it has some exterior finish materials on it. Right now, this section cut's being controlled by the material, and you can see that by going to your Manage Object Styles, and in the Imported Objects, there's a material on each one of these, right? And it has a cut pattern in it. And so this one has that cut pattern, this one has a gray cut pattern. Sometimes you want things to read exactly the same, or control how they look in a different way without going through and having to change all the material cuts. And so you can do that using a view template. So I'm just going to come in and make some changes using the view template. So I'm going to type in V, the letter V, twice, and it's going to bring up a dialog box. Let me actually push this over here and bring up a dialog box. The visibility graphics overrides. It's VG or VV will get you here. And notice that it's overrides for floor plan A1 schematic. So it's only going to override for this particular view. Now, you have a lot of things that you can override. The cut and elevation surface. You have halftone. You can halftone things. You have detail level, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to override the cut pattern here. And so we had masses, right? We brought this in categorized as a mass. So if I come over here to cut pattern for mass and I override that cut pattern, and in the foreground I make it, I just want it to be a solid, and maybe we want it to be sort of a lighter gray, right? And I click OK, and then I click OK and I hit apply. It turns all of the masses, so that entire category turns that gray color. And then maybe what I want is maybe some red lines on the exterior of it instead of the black lines. And so I'm going to go to the mass here, override the lines, and let's go to the color, and I'll set it to red. Click OK, hit apply, and those turn to red. And if I come in, let's take a look, and you'll see that the section lines are red and the elevation lines are black. There's also a TL that you can do that will show you the line weight. Now our line weight's not very thick. It would be nice if it were thicker. So let's see if we can make it thicker, right? So if we come in and look at the cut lines, let's override that weight to like a 10 and click OK and hit apply. Woo, that's pretty thick. So let's just set that back maybe to a 7, right? And then apply. And then if we back off, now we've got sort of this gray cut, right? Now if we go to our composition sheet, right, that's updated one of them, but if we wanted to update all of them, right, we would have to go through and do that to every single one, but you don't have to do that. That's plan A1 schematic up here. And so if I highlight that and right click on it, I can do what's called create a view template from a view. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to name it plan. I usually start with the type of drawing it is, and schematic, mass, gray, and red. So whatever at the end you feel is the best descriptor, and click OK. What it's going to do is it's going to bring up a dialog box that says, okay, we've made this. And what we were just messing with was the visibility graphics override for the model. These are all the other things that you can set, right? That will allow you to save to view template. We're just scratching the surface of it right here. And you can include and not include things. So I may not want to include the scale if I don't want to reset the scale when I do the view template. In this case, it's okay. So I'm just going to click OK. And now if I go through and select, using the control key, my other schematic plans, and I right click on it, I can go to apply view template, and if I pick the mask gray red and apply properties, it will update. Okay. So you can go in and start to do things like, anything in this visibility graphics dialog box, you can adjust and save as a view template. If you go to the view templates, manage view templates, here's all the view templates that Revit has set up. If you filter them out like to the floor plans, right, there's the architectural plan is a default one that Revit uses, right? And so you can go in and make your own. So you can see I have a scaling template that all it does is rescale something, right? And then I apparently have two of those. Probably only need one. Let's get rid of that one, right? And there's various different templates that set things up different ways, and so that's kind of how Revit has a great amount of control over over the visual quality of the drawings. Okay, so that's it for review templates.